Hello everyone. We have a prescription card. As you can see that our spherical value is minus 1.25 with no cylinder and with no axis. And the most important thing, the visual acuity of the patient is 6 by 6. As in the left eye, the spherical is minus 1.25 with no cylinder and no axis. And in the left eye, the visual acuity is the same, which is 6 by 6. So in this video, we will learn about that what does it mean when we say 6 by 6. Now this is tumbling E chart, and if our patient is reading the first letter of this chart, then the visual acuity of the patient would be 6 by 60. And if the patient is reading the second line, the visual acuity would be 6 by 36. And if he is reading the third line, the visual acuity would be 6 by 24. And if he is reading the fourth line, the visual acuity would be 6 by 18. And if he is reading the fifth line of this chart, the visual acuity would be 6 by 12. And if he is reading the sixth line, the visual acuity would be 6 by 9. And if he is reading the last line of this Snellen chart, the visual acuity would be 6 by 6. And now we will learn that what does it mean when we say 6 by 60, 6 by 36, 6 by 24, 6 by 18, 6 by 12, 6 by 9, or 6 by 6. What does it mean, the nominator? And what does it mean when we say the denominator? So, the value which is above the line is called nominator, and the value which is below the line is called denominator. So, in this recorded visual acuity, as you know that the patient can read only the top letter of the Snellen chart. Now, we will learn about the nominator and the denominator. And as you all know that the distance between the patient and the Snellen chart is 6 meters. So, the nominator is actually the distance between the patient and the Snellen chart, right? So the nominator is actually, the 6 is actually the distance between the patient and the Snellen chart, and the fixed distance is 6 meter. Now we will learn about the denominator. The denominator is actually the comparison between a patient and a normal person. So as you know that we have a patient with visual acuity 6 by 60. And now we will compare this patient with a normal person, which has the visual acuity 6 by 6, right? As you know that the patient which has the visual acuity 6 by 60, he can read only the top letter from 6 meter, right? And we have a normal person which has the visual acuity 6 by 6. He can read, this normal person can read that top letter from 60 meter, right? Now we have another example. Now if we have a patient with visual acuity 6 by 36, so in 6 by 36, the nominator is actually the distance between the patient and the Snellen chart, as we have discussed. And the denominator is 6 by 36. The 36 is called denominator. So now we will again compare this patient with a normal person. So our patient has visual acuity 6 by 36, and it means our patient can read only the two lines of the Snellen chart. And we have our normal person which has a visual acuity 6 by 6, right? So our patient can read the second line at 6 meter, and our normal person can read those two lines, the first two lines, from 36 meter. I hope you are clear. See you in the next video.